Welcome to our channel, fellow gamers. In this digital wilderness, where pixels collide and challenges await, we're thrilled to have you join us. Whether you're a seasoned survivor or a fresh-faced explorer, this countdown is tailor-made for you. So, without further ado, let's embark on this thrilling journey through the top 10 survival games of 2024. Let's get started. Blight: Survival is a medieval cooperative extraction-like game that pits you and up to 3 other players against mortals and monsters. The goal is to reach and destroy the source of the Blight, a deadly affliction that plagues the land. The game takes place in the no-man's land between 2 desperate kingdoms in a ceaseless war. A new strain of Blight has erupted from remains of the fallen, rapidly spreading and turning man into monster. You've been tasked to venture forth and vanquish the all-consuming Blight. The game incorporates elements of roguelites and extraction games. Fight your way through both humans and horrors in a violent co-op action experience. Your decision-making skills will be put to the test. The game features an engaging directional combat system. You can select from a diverse range of weapons, armor, talents, and customize them. Explore the war-ravaged lands in a world filled with secrets and hidden treasures. The game may contain content not appropriate for all ages. It is developed by Hainer Studio and the planned release date is yet to be announced. The game is a 4-player co-op action horror roguelite. It bears some resemblance to medieval games like Chivalry 2 and fantasies like Elden Ring. The game looks a bit like a medieval Last of Us. Level 0 is an asymmetric survival horror player versus player game. The game is set in the year 2058. A team of 4 scientists must repair the electrical control systems to escape. An opposing team of 2 creatures hunts the scientists from the shadows. These creatures use various telepathic abilities, ambush tactics, and electricity manipulation skills. The game takes place on the planet Turian. The scientists are part of a space expedition from the New Horizons Corporation. As a scientist, your main weapon against the creatures is light. You can use numerous items and physically simulated sources of light to repel the creatures. The game emphasizes teamwork and coordination. Success depends not on aiming skills and reflexes, but on how well you coordinate. You must manage your consumables wisely. Scientists can deploy a powerful motion-activated floodlight. The game is developed by Doghowl Games and published by tinyBuild. Once Human is an upcoming open-world survival game developed by Starry Studio. Set in a strange, post-apocalyptic future, the game plunges players into a world where humanity has fallen. Offering a multiplayer experience, players must navigate this harsh environment, facing numerous challenges and threats. The game emphasizes exploration and survival. Players can gather resources, build shelters, and craft tools to survive. They will encounter various creatures and environmental hazards that add to the game's challenge. A unique feature of the game is its day-night cycle, which significantly affects gameplay. Players have the option to team up with others to increase their chances of survival. The vast world of Once Human is full of secrets waiting to be discovered. The game stands out with its unique art style and player-driven narrative, promising a unique and immersive gaming experience. Expected to be released in Q3 2024, Once Human will be available on PC. Routine is a first-person sci-fi horror game set on an abandoned lunar base. The game is designed around an 80s vision of the future. As a player, you will explore the decrepit station looking for answers about the events that unfolded there. The game begins with curious exploration, which quickly turns into a need for survival when the lunar base goes completely quiet. You will face an enemy who is certain that the main threat is you. You are armed only with a cosmonaut assistance tool, which is used to interact with the various computer systems. You must navigate whatever unknown dangers still remain. The game features full body awareness, dead zone aiming, and minimal UI to create a gripping and atmospheric experience. You can roam through contrasting sectors of the lunar station, from abandoned malls to deteriorating living quarters. Stalker 2: Heart of Kornabil is an upcoming first-person shooter survival game developed by the Ukrainian game studio GSC Game World. The game offers a unique blend of FPS, immersive sim, and horror, all set within a thick, atmospheric open world. One of the most significant features of the game is its epic branching story with multiple endings, where your choices influence both short-term consequences and global outcomes. The game is set in the Kornabil exclusion zone, a fictional take on the Ukrainian city known for its nuclear disaster in the 80s. This dangerous wasteland, plagued by mutants and dangerous anomalies, is hauntingly beautiful and one of the biggest open worlds to date. Despite the dangers, many people, known as stalkers, willingly enter the zone to look for treasured artifacts. The game provides a non-linear single-player adventure where your choices matter and affect how your story plays out. It also features over 30 different weapons, each being customizable, adding another layer of depth to the gameplay. In addition to combat, players also have to manage survival elements such as hunger, sleep, blood loss, and radiation. The Lost Wild is a first-person survival horror game that immerses players in a prehistoric wilderness. The game captures the reverence and terror of nature's most magnificent beasts, dinosaurs. These dinosaurs behave like wild animals, not monsters, adding a layer of realism to the game. players find themselves in the center of the food chain, needing to keep their heads down, stay alert, and evade. The game encourages exploration of abandoned facilities nestled in a lush wilderness teeming with prehistoric life. Scavenging and acquiring useful items improve survival chances. The game features stealth and evasion mechanics, allowing players to create distractions and use the environment to their advantage. Players can also intimidate deadly predators using a combination of fire and non-lethal weaponry. The story revolves around a character stranded in a violent primal world. A mysterious voice on the radio offers a glimmer of hope, guiding the player through the facilities and unraveling the mystery at the heart of the island. The Retrieval is a highly anticipated cinematic horror action-adventure game developed by 2 Crow Studios. The game is set in the far future, aboard the spaceship Prometheus, which has mysteriously re-emerged after being lost for over 200 years. The spaceship is not responding to calls or emitting any signals. The player's mission is simple: dock in, try to make contact with the crew, and if not possible, learn what happened and leave. The game is played from the perspective of Hannah Losh, the commander of a research team located 18.6 billion miles away from Earth. After an unfortunate accident, Hannah falls into a subway base where she uncovers the horrifying secrets that the base hides. The game combines elements of horror and strategy, requiring players to navigate through the abandoned spaceship and solve puzzles. The Retrieval is a VR game, adding an extra layer of immersion and terror. It contains unnerving moments and flashing lights, providing a truly spine-chilling experience. Little Nightmares 3 is an upcoming puzzle platform horror adventure game developed by Supermassive Games. It serves as a standalone sequel to the first 2 Little Nightmares games. The game introduces 2 new child protagonists, Lo and Alone. They navigate through the Nowhere, a cluster of disturbing places, in search of a path that could lead them out. The game's world is filled with delusions and an even greater threat lurking in the shadows. Little Nightmares 3 takes place in a 2.5D world. The gameplay involves exploring the world, encountering platformer-like situations, and solving puzzles to proceed. For the first time in the franchise, the game offers an online co-op mode. You can play solo with an AI companion or with another player. Lo and Alone have different gameplay mechanics. Lo wields a bow and arrow, while Alone uses a wrench. The game is set to release in 2024 on PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Pacific Drive is an eagerly anticipated first-person driving survival game developed by Ironwood Studios and published by Kepler Interactive. The game is set in a surreal reimagining of the Pacific Northwest, where players are challenged to navigate the Olympic exclusion zone. This zone is filled with supernatural dangers, adding a thrilling element to the gameplay. The game is set for release on February 22, 2024, and will be available for PlayStation 5 and PC. Pre-orders for the game are currently open. Pacific Drive promises a unique blend of driving and survival elements, requiring players to manage resources and make strategic decisions. The setting and narrative are deeply intertwined, with the Pacific Northwest depicted with stunning graphics and attention to detail. The supernatural elements bring a sense of mystery and intrigue to the game. Offering a fresh take on the survival genre with its driving focus, Pacific Drive is expected to offer a rich, immersive gaming experience and is poised to be a standout title in 2024. State of Decay 3 is the upcoming 3rd installment in the popular zombie survival franchise developed by Undead Labs. The game is highly anticipated due to its unique features and improvements over the previous versions. One of the most intriguing additions is the introduction of zombified wildlife, which adds a new level of depth and challenge to the apocalyptic world. These zombified animals retain some of their species' traits, making them formidable foes for the players. The inclusion of wildlife also hints at a possible new hunting mechanic, providing another means of food for your community. Another notable feature is the emphasis on weather variation and seasonal changes, which could affect gameplay in various ways, such as driving conditions and survivor management. The game continues to focus on the survival aspect, where players have to manage resources, build communities, and fend off zombies.